So let's talk about founder-led firms and the plateaus that they run into. There's a size and threshold. Oftentimes you'll hear it's 25, 30 employees, somewhere in that realm. And so there's a couple pieces that go into hitting that plateau and what causes it. The first is informal systems really just hit their limit. What worked when you were 8, 15, 20 people really starts to break down. Founder-led firms typically rely on tribal knowledge, informal processes, founder's intuition, and usually around that 25 to 30 person team size, the complexity really starts to increase exponentially. Communication starts to break down. Accountability really starts to get blurry as people wearing multiple hats start to wear one hat, which is great, assuming somebody else has those other hats now, and really just the inefficiencies multiply. So without those documented systems, defined roles, and clarity, what once worked stops scaling. The second piece that we commonly see is the span of control breaks down. So really, if you look at any of the research, any of the math, any of the time studies, and it varies definitely by industry, in professional services, in generally some B2B aspects of that, 5 to 7 people is about the effective max from a management perspective. So at 30 employees, most founders find themselves either micromanaging or completely disconnecting. They're on one side or the other, trying to figure out how to just get the day-to-day and how to manage this as their team grows. The company lacks mid-level leadership and the operational layers to absorb. So, building those mid-level managers may not be it for you, but service line leaders, department leads, it could be a variety of things, but making sure that you have the leadership at that mid-level is key. And third is the founder. The founder just becomes the holdback, the bottleneck, and that slowness is costly. At this size, the business needs scalable decision making. At the start of it, 8, 10, 15 people, decisions came to you a few a day. At 30 people, you've got larger clients, engagements, larger commitments. All of this has the founders very involved in those sections. And this ties into, are they still managing the sales, the client issues, the strategic calls? You really just hit this growth ceiling because the business can't move faster than the founder's capacity. Harvard Business Review and Forrester have shown companies that build systems to decentralize decision making experience slower revenue growth and higher team burnout at this stage. So third is the founder and really the bottleneck that they create. So typically in that 25 to 30 person size, the business needs scalable decision making. Many founders are still involved in every sales conversation in some capacity, client issues, strategic calls at all different levels of the organization. And it really creates a growth ceiling because the business can't move faster than the founder's capacity. And that's something that we had to learn the hard way years and years ago. It went exactly as fast as we could do it, or I could do it. When we look at the research on it, Harvard Business Review, Forrester, they've done all the research and studies, and it shows that companies that don't build systems to decentralize decision making experience slower revenue growth and higher team burnout at this stage.